want to take her to the bathhouse again? Yeah, well, come on, then. You really are helpless, huh? Pretty kitty. Don't fall in again. Let us away.
Yosh.
None of them hot peppers.
Yosh.
About 3 onion.
Yosh.大豊作だ。豊作だ。大豊作だ。豊作だ。豊作だ。よし。
Scarecrow, you all getting scary. Hold on. This is a journal from an Edo row house in the morning. The neighbor's newborn kept me all night with her crying. Barely caught a wink. This morning I asked the landlord to do something about it. He just said babies are supposed to cry, and row house walls are thin. Well, get used to it. The second bit was funny to me. I fight fires and I help rebuild homes after they're damaged. And I never told someone with a complaint. Sometimes places just burn. Get used to it. Went out to the latrine, somebody had already done their business before me. The smell was rancid. And I had no choice but to deal with it. Apparently the landlord's making money on the side selling our leavings as fertilizer. Least he could do is use some of that to build us a better latrine. We took up here 'cause rent's cheap. It's high time we found someplace else. The wife had already been to the well and back working on our breakfast by the time I returned from the latrine. Alright, and I went to the bathhouse to clean myself up. While I was at the bath, the Okami, my regular Izakaya, saw me. Alright, and we had a chat. A cheerful old lady. Grandkid on the way soon. Bathhouses are nice for sharing a bit of small talk with neighbors while getting to relax. Alright, I'm heading home now, getting hungry. Rice, Miso soup, pickled veg for breakfast as always. Apparently natto makes a good morning meal if you got soy sauce to go with it. That's one of Kyo's prize for your delicacies. Well, after breakfast, us men head to work while the children leave for school. Wives head out to do the wash at the well, sharing gossip, rumors. I bet mine's gabbing away about how handsome the fishmonger is. It's all well and good, though. She puts everything she's got into caring for the kids and the house. She deserves her fun. Right, that's enough for now. Gotta go do my own part for the family. Get to work. Well, hell, that was interesting. What else we got? We got time for the extraordinary voyage of Nakahama Manjaro? I guess. I'll read to you. Once Manjaro shared with me a most interesting tale. Well, it's no surprise, of course. Manjaro has lived a life nigh unfathomable to the Japanese. Any lucky enough to hear a story from him would no doubt find it full of shock and surprise. As such, I commit to this writing, in the hope that it will be preserved for the ages. Shit. When Manjaro was 14, he served as a cook on a fishing boat until catastrophic winds drove it upon an isle now called Torishima. He was stranded along with the paltry few survivors for 143 days until they were discovered by an American whaling vessel. Sadly, Manjaro knew he could not return to his homeland. The closed borders of Japan meant there was no one he could turn to with the ability to take him back. So, Manjaro asked to be brought to America, feeling indebted to the whaling ship's captain, but also curious about the world by nature. He first served as an assistant on the ship. Isn't this fascinating? Kind of is. An assistant on the ship, where the crew taught him simple English and affectionately dubbed him John Munn. Well, ain't that a handle? After arriving in America, he lived with the captain and learned alongside younger children before attending proper school to learn mathematics, surveying, navigation, and ship construction. Now, upon completing this education, he worked as a crew member aboard a whaling ship and continued to travel the world. Now, when I asked him which aspect of American culture left the largest impression upon him, he replied that it was democracy and equality between men and women. These were unknown concepts in Japan, and Manjaro grew quite interested in them. He then capitalized on the gold rush in America, gaining enough funds to enact his plan to return to his home country. Well, he purchased a small ship of his own and stowed it aboard a larger merchant vessel, which brought him home for the first time in over a decade. Of course, Christ. There's more to Manjaro's unlikely story, but for now, that'll have to do. Well, Manjaro. Wow. Nakahama. Alright then. Shit, I just found this on the ground. I found it out in the street. I found a lot of these out in the street. Well, shit. Hey, bye.